Hey, what's up, guys? Footy Manager TV here. This is episode 19 of my Southampton career. And next up, we got the FA Cup replay against Wolves. So, we came a draw, obviously, to get the return leg, or the return tie, I should say. And it's going to be not hard. Wolves, they've got a really solid team. Their team is probably almost good enough to be in the Premier League. That's just my opinion. They've got some solid players, solid defence. Midfield as well, but strikers, very solid strikers, especially with Kevin Doyle, who does have Premier League experience. So that's why they were pretty hard to beat. And I was pretty lucky to beat them, in my opinion. They had a penalty they should have scored, and the rebound from Doyle as well in the previous game. I'm sure you saw. And I'm sure some of you might have think I was pretty lucky in that. So, yeah, leave your comments of what you think about Wolves as a team in the championship, if you think they're like a quality team, and they always get promoted in the first time of asking, in my experience anyway. So yeah, they are a very solid team and hard to beat, and you will notice now that it will be hard to get results because of the FA Cup. I'm going to be playing a lot of matches, even if I don't get past Wolves, if I somehow lose. This has still been a lot of matches, so the fitness is telling, at least up to this stage. And if we go to the next stages, it's going to get even worse, I would imagine. But I'm not talking about the future. I'm talking about now. It's getting worse. As you see, this episode is a bit longer. I'm going to do some more episodes. So if you like it like this, a bit longer, it's not going to be exactly this long in future. It's like in between 15 or 20 minutes for 3 or 4 games in the episode. So if you will like that, leave your comments. But if you like it a bit shorter, where I do 1 or 2 games and then show some transfer stuff or scouting stuff, leave your suggestions for that as well. I just want to, whatever people want, that's what I will do. Because, yeah, to me, it hardly makes a difference. It probably makes a bit longer to render the videos, but yeah, I just want to put out what people enjoy the most. So hopefully you enjoy that, and hopefully you enjoy my videos as well. Like I said this before, like once, even if one person enjoys my videos, I'll just make obviously I have more subscribers than one, but even if but I don't seem to get much comments, but I suppose the interest of FIFA is lowering. Like, people say I don't get much views for how much subscribers I have, but if you look at someone who has like over 200,000 subscribers, and they're only getting 30,000 views episode, and say I'm getting maybe average around 800 to 1,000 per video, it probably averages out to be the same if I have around 11,000 subscribers, but I'm not here to do math. Anyway, moving on, 45th minute, you would expect them to create a chance, but it's really the opposite in this match. We created a chance, Lambert, and look at that perfect rebound from the post into Leandro Paredes. I'm really surprised that happened, but it's really due for me, as you know how much times that happens against me. So I think that's about time. I wouldn't think, if you say that's luck, you should see how many times that happens against me. And yeah, it still happens more time. That was just the one lucky time for me, which was a bit lucky. But you got to take the goals you can get. But here, with the perfect crossing, as they always do, then lands to Emre, but he's a very good striker of the ball, so if you give him the chance like that, he will always finish. Like I said, he's a very good striker of the ball from outside the box, and duly he finished there to equalise. And they are really showing they are a competitive team. They're hard to beat. You're not going to win by a couple goals against them, obviously, unless you're a Man City, Man United, Chelsea, a team like that, Arsenal, all those top 4 teams. As you can see, they get the clearance there, and that's 90 minutes gone. And like I said, this is how I'm going to be doing it, just showing goals so I can do more matches. So leave your comments if you like that, or if you want to see more highlights. But then I may have to do less. I'll do less games in the episode. You can't really have it both ways. And I do want to get into the second season, because I just want to say the second season is very exciting. And that's all I have to say about that. Then Stephen Davis, he's on the ball, finds Schneiderlin. I think we can create a chance here. Look how many shots on target we get here. We get about 3 shots on target, I think. Look at that. Another shot on target, but that's a penalty. I think someone was holding on to Mayuka there. So, very fantastic. We have the chance to win the game in the 108th minute, or 109th minute it would actually be. Gaston Ramirez, who's been fantastic this season. Can he win it for us with the finesse penalty? And he does, right into the top hand corner. Fantastic finish. 8 goals in all competitions in the 109th minute, like I said. Gaston Ramirez, he's seemingly doing nothing wrong for the team right now, picking up assists, picking up goals like that. Fantastic penalty, one of the best finesse penalties I've ever done. But we have a player down. But luckily, I was able to hold on to the ball right here. As you can see, we had the player down. I just want to hold on to it as long as possible, because they always will win it back eventually. As you'll see here, I just want to prevent it as long as I could. and we picked up a very hard win. Wolves, for me, they seem very hard to beat, and I suppose that goes with their players plus their formation. Using a 5-4-1 formation, packed in midfield, it's very hard to beat. But then Maya Yoshida, who's been a great centre-back for this season, and getting very good ratings as well, which increases his attributes, and then he can allow him to even perform even better, which is fantastic to see. And as you can see, FA Cup right there, where I'm very happy, obviously, to go through the next rounds. But the thing is, we're just going to keep getting tough opponents. So hopefully, we can just keep going strong like we have done. But another injury, our best defender, at least by rating, foreign. For me, Yoshida has been performing more better. I don't know why that is. That's, I suppose, no real reason for that. I suppose it's just which defender I use more to tackle. But he does seem good. But Foren, he's very good when I play with him as well. So very solid centre-backs, getting some prize money. Obviously, as much as you can get, you would want, obviously. But I want to keep going to keep getting that extra funds. And that extra funds could also help for the second season to signing a big player or just an extra player, squad player, especially being in lots of competitions. It will allow yourself to have a good chance to win those competitions like FA Cup, because you can rotate your squad better than really I can right now. So that's what I will be looking to do. But you got to wait for that. We've still got some more Premier League matches to come now. So we've got to focus on the FA Cup. That has to go out of our minds now because we're still in the bottom half of the table. As you can see, even though we do have a couple games in hand to some teams and one to other teams, we just got to keep going. So hopefully we can pick up at least one win out of these next two matches. I really do not want to lose. Even if I get draws, I'm happy with draws because then at least I'm picking up points. Then if I keep picking up points, even though they're draws, I probably won't get relegated. So that's what I'm looking to do. To play pretty defensive, not to really concede a lot of goals. And that keeps our goal difference fairly reasonable as well. So that's a good thing. And yeah, we really shouldn't be getting relegated because the other teams, they hardly ever get wins. So yeah, we should be pretty safe, even though if we finish lower mid-table. But next season, I'll be looking to maybe qualify for a Europa League, coming like that 8th, 7th, maybe 6th as well. So you just got to see, or even winning a cup, like we are in the FA Cup. That FA Cup will be fantastic to win. In my opinion, we have the players. If I can defend well, and then on the rebound, we've got guys like Ramirez, Mayuka, Paredes. Like I said, if we can defend well, and then on the attack with those very good players with a bit of pace and skill, we can score, then hold on to the lead. Who knows what can happen with that. And also, I just wanted to say, I seem to be not getting heaps of comments on my videos. Not sure why that is, but most likely, I know it's probably just because FIFA, it's not as exciting to watch, obviously, as it was at the start when it was released. Obviously, my videos were getting over 20 comments in my Newcastle series. I don't know if that's because if it's just because people like Newcastle more, or yeah, they're just, people are sort of forgetting about not really watching FIFA YouTube anymore, watching FIFA on YouTube anymore. I know other people, obviously bigger YouTubers still get lots of views and lots of comments, but it is less than they were getting, so that's definitely the reason. I don't know if people want to see Ultimate Team more or Career Mode. I'm not really sure because I don't get much comments. It's hard to really gauge. I'm not going to do just what one person says, so it's really hard when you don't get heaps of comments. But I suppose in your first year, you hardly get, regardless of your subscribers, you hardly ever get heaps. So I'm definitely looking for FIFA 14 to definitely come good. And for some reason, that was a penalty. I'm not sure why. But we had a chance, Gaston Ramirez, but for whatever reason, I went with Lambert. He seems always reliable from the penalty spot, but this time, fantastic save by Julio Cesar. To me, I thought that was a perfect penalty. It was very wide, good power, but was a super save. You can't really prevent that. And yeah, maybe on another day, another penalty, he wouldn't have saved it, but Julio Cesar, I should say, fantastic keeper. And here, of course, my keeper again gets another assist for QPR, that is. And yeah, that happens so much, but there's nothing you can do that with the game. The opposition seems to be like a magnet to the ball. As soon as my keeper saves it, it goes exactly to them. And I wasn't surprised that they almost could have scored there from almost in the 45th minute. But we're actually creating some chances in the 45th minute, or almost the 45th minute now, but it will be. Gaston Ramirez, finally, we score a goal once again in the 45th minute. We seem to be getting those goals now. So people who say it's just scripted that the opposition gets that, it's not just the opposition. You can get the goals in those minutes as well, right through the legs. Look at that perfect goal. Fantastic. I really can do that, so I was very happy to get it through the keeper's legs, especially after he saved the penalty. Gaston Ramirez, again, showing he's a clinical finisher. That's why I'm starting to play him as a striker instead of like, the really centre forward, centre attacking mid position. He does very good there. And as you can see, there's no really time left. And we're going to pick up a draw. I suppose a draw would be an okay result against QPR because they do have really good players. If you actually look at their team, I look at their Basingwa, Park Ji-sung, they've all won Premier Leagues. Obviously, Jose Basingwa with Chelsea, Park Ji-sung with Manchester United, and just other super players as well. Esteban Granero used to play for Real Madrid. Just so many good players in their team. But we actually make a counter-attack, but I think the through ball went to the wrong player there. I should have played it to the guy below, but that's what you get with pressure. And you got to make a quick decision, I should say. But unfortunately, we couldn't get it at that time. But like I said, as long as we're picking up points, I'll be happy. And if we scored the penalty, we would have won. And look at that, Maya Yoshida, once again, 2 games in a row, getting fantastic results. And on this occasion, he was man of the match. So I really got to be happy with his performances. And that may provide interest from other teams as well. But here, we got scout report from some players. Manuel Foglio, he doesn't really seem like a prospect. But here, Roberto Abruzzese, I have no idea how to pronounce his name properly. If you're Italian or something like that, or you just know how to pronounce his name, please leave a comment because he will be in the team in the future. In the second season, he is at the team. I gave him a contract. So, yeah, please help with his name because I have no idea how to say it correctly. But anyway, we're getting some players back on loan. More interest towards at least Steve Dorita. He's a bit better than Ben Reeves. And he'll be at least making an impact from rotations because, as you know, being in the FA Cup, like I mentioned before, we are going to have to do rotations. And we've got to keep those fitness levels up because I want to keep myself give myself every chance of winning the FA Cup. But for now, I really have to focus on doing well in the Premier League, focusing on the next matches I have up. Wigan next, obviously. I was showing there, Abruzzese. Like I said, no idea how to pronounce his name. So if you know, yeah, I might even just sell him if I can't pronounce his name properly because, yeah, maybe future in the career, who knows what happens. But anyway, we got Wigan. You think Wigan will be a realistic team we should get a win against, but again, playing away. And Wigan, I don't know, for whatever reason, whenever I play against them, it's really hard to win. Maybe it's like their 3-defender formation and a lot in midfield. And maybe that's the reason I don't really do good against them. I'm not sure if other people, I know at least someone said that Wigan is a very good team when you play against them in the game. Not online, obviously. But when you play offline against them, they seem to be doing very good, at least when you play in a harder level, world class or legendary. And again, look at that. The fitness is telling, like I'm showing, like I've been explaining in this video. With the FA Cup, with being in the FA Cup, that's why I said in my Newcastle career, some people thought that was a stupid accusation or excuse maybe. That saying, no, I don't want to be in any competitions. I want to lose in the FA Cup and Carling Cup or Capital One Cup as it's now called, to stand the better reason, to have a better chance to do well in the Premier League, which was done. I didn't do well in the FA Cup with Newcastle as well. I got out pretty early, got knocked out early, but that resulted me in not having extra matches, and I, in turn, won the Premier League. So that's what I done with Newcastle. So very happy with my first season with Newcastle. Unfortunately, I couldn't continue it, but I probably won't with FIFA 14. I'm going with Manchester United, like I said. So definitely calling that early. But like I've said, I don't really care. I don't focus too much on copying because, yeah, heaps of people do. Like, people don't notice lesser YouTubers. Like, heaps of people do Arsenal if you say you're copying MGA. Heaps of people do Liverpool or QPR if you say you're copying Calfreezy. If you see heaps of lower YouTubers, you don't really notice them, and you're not saying you're copying them. So, yeah, it's nothing. And awards, that kind of thing, heaps of people do, like, not heaps, but you could get the idea from real life and from other things. So, yeah, everyone copies something from something, but I don't see anything bad about it. It's just like YouTube videos. It's like not that serious to me. And yeah, and if people enjoy the videos, like, what's the problem with it? So yeah, I don't even know how to like explain it. Like, It doesn't really, I don't care. Like if someone copies me doing Southampton or do Newcastle, because obviously have the most views of Newcastle one, like I wouldn't care at all. So yeah, it hardly matters to me. And if people accuse people of copying because they did, yeah, I think they need to have a look at themselves, because there's bigger things to YouTube. And yeah, if people accuse me of copying, like I have like more important things to worry about than copying on YouTube, the more real life problems. So anyway, moving on into this match, we're getting an early counter attack, or early attack, I should say, not really a counter. And I often don't really score early in the matches, but let's see if we can create a chance here. Around the 3rd minute, Ricky Lambert, he's doing very impressive. He's been impressive that from the things I've seen. Very good pressure early. That's what I want to do with Wigan. And Adam Lallana, he's been fantastic. So I definitely like his performances. He's been scoring goals, passing very well in midfield. You can't be too disappointed with that. A very underrated English player, in my opinion. Underrated in real life. He can score goals like that. Been scoring in real life as well. So I think he should get a chance with the English team. That's just my opinion. But Wigan here, like I said, I was surprised that actually wasn't offside. And of course, their player was going to sneak in there past our player, Angelo Henriquez, on loan from Manchester United. Definitely a prospect for the future in the game and real life. Have the potential to be a fantastic striker. And Manchester United have a very good young striker on their hands. And he should develop well, like I said, in the game and real life also. But again, another 1-1 result going into the end of the match. And we were looking to counter, but here my players were not comfortable on the ball. The passing was horrendous at times. And again, it looks like it's going to be another draw. But I suppose picking up 2 points from the last 2 matches, I suppose it's not bad. Like I said before, as long as I'm picking up points, I'm happy with that. As long as I'm not getting losses. If I can pick up points, that's what you always got to look to do, because the teams currently in the relegation zone, they're hardly ever winning or drawing. So that's a positive sign. And yeah, I shouldn't get relegated, but it's going to be very, very close. That's all I'm going to say at the end of the season. And that's going to be due to the FA Cup. But Boric, he did very well to really keep a draw with that. We got dominated with possession, like I said, with Wigan's formation. 3 defender formations, if you know how to use it. If you know how to defend good, 3 defender formations can be really fantastic. But yeah, like I said, you have to know how to defend very well. As you can see there, we got Liverpool up next, but then in the quarterfinal of the FA Cup against Sunderland, we could really get a result against that. In my opinion, Sunderland, we have at least an equal team to them, but we've got to focus that after the Liverpool match. We've got to focus on the Liverpool match. As you can see, they're 3rd in the game, so doing very well at the moment. As you can see, we're 14th there. We need to improve our results if we've got to steer clear of that relegation zone. So hopefully you enjoy this video. Leave a like, and I'll see you guys next time.